Good afternoon. It's 12:18 Wednesday, June 28th, 2017. This is Ron. This is a short video. It's a follow-up to what I did yesterday. I had some additional thoughts on this after I completed it. First of all, I want to answer a question from a customer. He said his question was, I thought that you had to do a complete update to update the smart groups. Well, that's not the case when you're working like this, because what you're going to do is you're going to drag a group down from a working smart group, and once it comes down to the user group area, it is a user group. It's no longer a smart group. And the data I'm using is intraday data. So this is updated on a 15-minute delayed basis, and it's current. Now, I'm not going to drag another one down from today, because I'm going to use this as my baseline right here, 626. And this is, as I pointed out, the 28th, but it was, I'm using a smart group from the 26th, and there are 114 securities in here counting the index. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to leave the date on here. I'm going to edit the group, and I'll put 113 stocks, plus I know there's an index in there. Now, why am I going to stick with this one? Well, that was the day I did, yesterday was the day I did the market analysis on a very bad down day. And what this allows us to do is use that same group, and this becomes a dynamic group then, rather than dragging the smart group down from last night after there were multiple stocks that were down for the day. I'm just going to continue to use this one, and I'll show you why. First of all, I want to make sure everything is updated here. I'll just do a quick update, and then I have to verify that I'm still using the bullish long fan view, and it lets everything through, including the index. Now we're of course getting a totally different look today than we did yesterday. Most of these were down yesterday, and you can see that the bulk of these are up. If I just come in here and load up and down, 22 or 19.64% are down, 80.36 are up. So we're obviously getting a bounce. Now, what's important about this is we want to go back, or I want to go back to that index, and I want to bring it up. And this is the way the index looks now. How did I get it to look this way? Well, I just go into the designer, make sure that I'm in the correct group, go to tools, rebuild indexes in group, and it's rebuilding this index based upon the current prices. And this is why it becomes a dynamic index, because we can use the same group of stocks for analysis. Let me find that. It's down here at the bottom. So I bring this back up, and this is the way the index looks as of 12:22 p.m. Minus 15 minutes approximately. So you can see we're getting a test for supply. Volume is relatively light at this point of the day, but looking up here you can see that these are light green bars. These are dark red bars. Yesterday was really a pretty disastrous day as far as volume and advancing issue, or decliners versus advancers. Now we're getting we're having a 3-to-1 day with the light green bars, but the force indexes are still negative. The VPOC is still negative, and there's no signal down here. So what you can do, if you like this technique, is anytime during the day, make sure that you go to the correct group and go into your designer, and anytime just rebuild indexes in group, and this index will reflect what is happening minus 15 minutes ago. Now let's take a look at the other chart, which I really emphasized yesterday. Now you can see it's a totally different day. The percentage advancers 80.36, decliners 18.75, 90 to 21. So we're having a bounce back day. Will it last? I don't know, but you can certainly come in here, look at these charts, use this index, and get a real feel for whether the market, this group, I should say, of stocks, which is the LLUR, lower left, upper right, if they're going to continue down or if they're finding support. And as of right now, they're finding support, but you can see that the emphasis on advancers versus decliners and volume is not there yet, but it's still relatively early in the day. I would check this again late in the day, and we'll have a much better idea if this bounce is going to continue or if this is just a temporary bounce and it's this effort this test for supply is going to hold. One more thing I want to point out is over here you can see the percent volume to the 20, the 50, and the 90 is running well below where it was yesterday at this time. So like I said, I would come back later in the day and check this. That's it. If I have any other thoughts on this, I'll make additional videos. But just remember that once this is dragged down here, it is no longer a smart group. It is a user group, and it's updated using current data. Now before I end this, I'm going to go here, sort on intraday percentage price change, and you can see the stocks that are in here which are leading the way today. Express One, Fox Factory, Lantheus, I believe, TrueCar. You can see the nice bounce back on a percentage basis. When we get a bounce like this is the group, the user group, where we want to prospect. Why? Because all of these stocks are fan stocks. This is where the strength is. Even though they sold off yesterday, this is where money is going to flow in, and you can see that. Now I had to pause for a little while, but you can see the this readjusted Fox Factory is on top now. I've gone to a white chart. Why is it on top? Because intraday it's up 5.99%. It's at the top of its range. Volume is running ahead of normal. I want to go to the next one here. Similar situation, but these leaders are generally the ones that are going to bounce back on a day like today. Okay, that should do it. Just remember, use the same group. Don't change it, because this is the group that we used yesterday, and this is our dynamic group. One final look at this. Once again, I'll go into the designer, click on this, rebuild indexes in group. It's just a single index. Bring this up, go back to this one. Nothing has really changed. That's it for this follow-up video.